Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. Returns Kugintu, back again to the root of today, and we are at one-on-one live coverage. Today I'm just slow but sure. Today, what I've just seen is a little bit of something which is adding up, and I always talk about I'm rectifying where there is necessity of rectification, because today I've seen something good which has to be coming to the platform one-on-one, because I've seen Ayamoro himself. He has posted a caster, making sure that people should just support in terms of that. Kudos and heko, bro, because we are always brothers outside here, despite the camera. That's what is coming to be a hectic and an instance capture, which is can only differ with us whenever we have to talk about the brotherhood. But always the village is the same, and we have to groove together. But what we have just done is to make sure that this is a one-on-one live coverage that I'm coming from my banana plantation here, as I'm just checking and peeping to my G Castle construction ongoing still at this kind of the evening session. Here I am, and everything is so fantastic as we just tangle as this moment. And to this kind of the affidavit of the day, I'm going to be talking about to our sister who is in Vietnam. Holy and God be with you, as you are just having some of the problems in Vietnam, as we can just talk about. She gonna be hanged up in that kind of the country because of the illegal selling of drugs to that kind of the country. So it's something which is tantalizing, but we have to talk about. She was our fellow Kenyan, and we talk about, I don't know if she has been hanged up already, because it's one of the things that came out, and it's so sorrowful. And whoever they were just left behind, to the family, and also for everybody who have not just checked that kind of an information. It is already in Kenya news, whereby one of the Kenyan citizen was found whenever she was talking about she's gonna be going for to do the homework, which they're always going for, the maid, and she was not given the good agent. The agent just cheated her that you have to go through Ethiopia and go to Vietnam. So whenever this kind of the guy was not knowing, she thought about she's gonna be traveling to Saudi Arabia for some of the work. But to the instance of the day, that's how it occurred. One of the persons talked about, I have one of the luggage for you to take it to talk about Vietnam, and make sure that whenever you land there, you'll meet one of my people who are there. So they had already negotiated at the airport in Ethiopia. So the lady never knew. She thought about she's going to Saudi Arabia. She has never lived there. So right now she was just caught with the patrol officers and the people. They talk about the police who are always in charge of the airport. And when the dog sniffed, it got that there are some of the drugs that were hidden there, and she was caught. And anyone who is just caught with such kind of the drugs in Vietnam, wherever you are, if you are a citizen of Vietnam or a citizen from wherever, and you are caught with such kind of the drugs, so much of the people are suffering outside here, not because of what they did or not knowing what it's just going to be coming. So right now, the children, the family, they thought about, we have just got our person has gone out to look for much of the money, to talk about to come and feed the family. You can never know the background. Why did she select, let me use this kind of the agent, let me look for the money so that I can just go to Saudi Arabia and do such kind of the jobs. And right now she has now been arraigned in court, and the ruling, and she was sentenced, and the rule came out that she has to be hanged up, which is so tantalizing and sorrowful thing which is coming to the Kenyan right now. And also you have just listened, much of the things are not going good to the government here. Much of the things are tantalizing. What is the story reframing? It's talking about there are some of the people who are dependent to their families. There are some of the people who talk about this is a person who will ever come to grow and be somebody. And to the real effect of the time is there are some of the people who can never know and gauge whatever they're going to be becoming, and how are they going to grow and become at long last. So there's a say in our courier talking about tagache kumui Mario Monto Nagukina Kuire Tomanyiricho Yahe. Meaning that you can never know the tomorrow of somebody. Don't determine a person with the future or whatever bad he has ever done. Determine a person with how the situation he is. And right now, what I'm talking about, I'm framing this kind of the things to come to the real point where we have one of the ladies called Casta. Casta, she is in hospital and she is being admitted there to make sure that she's in Delhi, in India, making sure that she's going to be going through the surgical treatment, which is the cancer surgical treatment, and the breast cancer she got. So what is now coming out is much of the people are just hulabaluing, shagarabalagarizing some of the things which are not even conditional. You can never know what the family of Casta was ever depending on. Talking about Casta, whenever she grow up, we want to find, oh, I want to see your kids how they're going to be growing, oh, I want to see your kids how they're going to be doing this and then this. Right now, she's passing through a breast cancer, and you can never know if the breast going to be cut or what's going to be the necessary. So everything is going to her. So they ever dependent that one day this kind of a lady wanna be coming out to be somebody special. Or the same way I'm talking to the other lady who gonna be hanged up in Vietnam, to the Vietnamese government, and the real fact has to come out. There are people who ever dependent on her. There are people who ever struggled with her. There are dreams that she was ever getting to fulfill whenever she go to the YouTube street. And right now I've seen Maro himself has just posted that people should contribute. But what I have to urge this kind of the people, they like cheating us much. They like cornering us behind and thinking about that the people who can make it. And the real fact is, if we come together and talk about whenever Gintu is advertising for the people to go and fundraise, whenever Carol is advertising, JT is advertising, and Trending is advertising, Dimwangu is advertising, the DJ is advertising, Gitriba is advertising, Mayugunu is advertising. They don't take it as serious that Gintu has advertised it. Now we are waiting for Maro to advertise so as people can just get it. But the similar point is one. Don't ever talk about this kind of your family member, whatever they are. And this is a call, and this is a call to Amor himself. Don't think about your own family is the people to be trusted. That the people who are by faulting, they're making things to come out in a circumphonious and irresonant way. Because they are making much of the trendings. They want this kind of the scenario, the saga to trend and make sure that people are trending with it. While the other lady at the other side, she is suffering, she is struggling with her life. She's just getting, even she's talking about if I can be getting one moment only to talk about I can just go even walk majestically in a certain road. She will be feeling so comfortable. But what is the comfortability we're talking about? Right now they're coming east, west and south to talk about this lady here, east and west and west. Amara, this is an advice. If you have started talking about let people fundraise for her, I'll be with you and I'll talk about we are together for this lady to get the treatment. And that is what we need, people to be encouraged. And if we encourage and people talk about, yeah, even Maro is supporting, yeah, but the other ladies are talking about, guys, you can send your super tanks. And how is a super tank going to feed or going to have a treatment for this kind of the lady? Surely, super tanks which will be adding onto your salary at the end of the month of April. How is it going to make sure that Kasa, she's getting the treatment? Sometimes don't mind us. Think about something which is so good whenever we want to come out closely. Don't think about I want super tanks. And imagine a person is sending a super tank, imagine, and David Jr. is coming out to say, is this money meant to me or Kasta? Very stupid mind. So, Maro, the people who are following you, it's you yourself whom you're not to be trusted right now, and your sisters and brothers. They want to take everything. Right now, they're talking about billions of projects coming out. The super tanks are now going to do the work. Right now, the Gofundme is scrambled. Everybody is talking about Gofundme. Lady J here, why can't we have one person to stay? Yes, you have groups. Talk about, we have the group of Gintu, we have Gintu, we have Mkaro, we have JT, we have Trending, we have Pebbles Halls, we have all this kind of the people, Masubowan, all the people outside here. and talk about one of you, advertise it in your people. Because much of the people who are watching Gintu, they cannot watch Kenge. Most people who are watching Kenge can never watch me. That is the fact. So when we come out to talk about Gintu, we'll be advertising it this way. And the other group, select yourself. Talk about if the demon has to advertise this kind of a thing. Tell people, go check Gofundme. And whenever the Jamaican uncle, another side, because the Gofundme was created with the Jamaican uncle, he has to come out and talk about, I'm receiving this and this. Update people. People are not getting updates. People are just talking about, are we scammed? And everybody's talking about contribute here, contribute here. The people are receiving cash money. The people, how can you trust the process? At the same time, you are hearing a person talking about, I'm going to start up a multi-million project. Is it ringing onto our heads? Yet we have seen the GoFundMe already, it has scrambled. And yet the money that has been contributed to that GoFundMe, it's more than 1.4 million Kenya shillings. If it's more than 1.4 million shillings, that is above a million. You can talk about a multi-million, because already if you have that millions onto your account already, because the Jamaican uncle talked about she has sent the money, but it has not reflected to Caster's position. And the mother, she's coming out to say about, if you are willing to send the money, why can't you send the money and help? Because we came out sorrowfully, we came out pleading, whoever find it good to contribute. But now people have put in it. I've never advertised it and to my my YouTube channel, so as people can just go through me, because I know nothing about that process. But I advertise people to go check it. From M. Carol, from On Trending, because they have the list. I'm not speaking to Nevada. Why people come out to talk about, no, I am the only person who is broadcasting it correct, or I am the only person who is talking to the mother direct, or all the people are lying, or I have to go and arrest some people, like M. Carol, I have to go and arrest M. Carol because they are advertising this and that and this. Sometimes people are given brain, but they can never use that brain commonly. And to this kind of the position, because go back to the point, I was talking about if Ayamoro has just started it up, let it not be a scam again. You are looking for money to come back to Africa. Maro, I'm insisting to you. Because we know you. Like right now, the demon has got the money. She's talking about multi-million project already. Now, it has now been advertised with the Marwa. Now he's talking about, you're going to be contributing to this kind of the lady. Let's support. Let you not be looking for the money coming to Africa. We are doubting you because we are not entrusting you. We know it. But sometimes they will come out to talk about, oh, this kind of the people, Algerians. Yet we know if a person can scam a deceased person's money and make it as a transport to Argentina. What about right now? He has found now a GoFundMe that everybody now is advertising the way we are advertising people to contribute in Rose DJ's funeral contribution money fund. And you took the money to Argentina to construct a cage of a dog, transform it into a human life system bedding. Now you're coming out to tell about you're going to be contributing to Caster, the money, the GoFundMe, yet the person who is the owner of the GoFundMe is your best friend whom you took the land and gave and to the talk about in your African area, and you grabbed it from some people's family, yet you left them hanging, and you are saying about they're going to be constructing Airbnb in the bush, and yet you are the molesters, and you're talking about GoFundMe, and yet you are looking for the money to contribute Airbnb. Talk about Airbnb. Who is going to trust you? So right now, the demon, she has advertised herself. Everything is cool to her. And Lady J, she advertised. Lady J advertised. People sent money through super thanks and cash money, they have it. For you to get a shout out, you have to make sure that you are contributing to Caster's contribution as a name for you to be excavated and vamoosed For you to send money to them, where is that money going? Look at it keenly. Right now, it's the work of now Kenge. Whenever Kenge is now going to hand it over to Argentinian Longnose, now she will put it again. Guys, contribute to this and gain money and talk about now the Pampas money are enough. We are not hooked up. Amaro, if you have started it, this is a call to you. If you have started it because we will be with you as something else. We are there as unto your core here at the neck to make sure that this kind of the money is going where necessary. Imagine you have got, it's your mother, it's your father, it's your brother, it's your sister. She has got or he has got this kind of a miscellaneous challenge, because we can call them a walkable disease. You can walk with this kind of a disease if you have not yet recognized it at an early stage. It's very root. It's very root. And if you have just known it before it has come to this kind of the scenario, it's good to go. And if you are there to con this family, it's gonna be your end. Because you have put yourselves where now everybody is in need. Everybody, there are people who have suffered through it. They know. They are contributing from their bottom of their heart. Let this person, by God's glory, let this person heal. But at the end, you come out to say, the Gofundme was not working. Why? 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 It will be so nactic. It will be so embarrassing. It will be so scary. It will be so stupid. And people will get it at a stupid mind family ever. You're now going to dismiss and dislingual your family into a low class ever possible. Amara, be very keen with this. If you have started it, make sure that you are always going there with the truth, because we know you. Everything is possible with you. You can even buy a belt and talk about, I bought it at $1 million. Who doesn't know? Maybe you are looking for the swimming pool construction at your site. Maybe you are looking for the furnish of your house money. Maybe you are looking for the leveling and talk about the ground leveling of your own compound. Maybe you are looking for you to plaster the walls of your compound. Maybe you are looking for you to pay strongman to continue with the plumbing of your house. Maybe you are looking to make sure that you are taking Kenge's driver out of cell because it's going to be coming. So some of the things are going to be done with the mentality not only to help, but to help themselves using other people. We understand. And the people will come to talk about, no, we understand. Our person can never do this kind of the things. He has money. Where is money? So sometimes be very careful. This is a warning I'm giving out, because it might now land us into a pogrom and a very tantalizing languages that people will be stammering to come out that, can you account where the money went? People will start stammering. You know when Mike and Uncle send money, and you know they will start stammering because default is coming. Because people, they think about a contribution. You know, even a contribution, whenever it's going to be done, you'll talk about, yeah, you know, I have money, whatever they will contribute, I'll use it now and I'll put there my money. We have such kind of the evil, satanic equations that favor some people and put into their equation. So before you do that, and whatever you are doing, I'm not discriminating that you don't do it, but do it with a perspective of knowing that it's truly going to help Castor. That is our own call. And if the money going to be helping Castor, we're going to be saying thank you. And the people come to talk about, you did it happen. And to that fact, I'm with you. Make it happen. To that scenario and to those kind of the diseases, let us pray to the living God and make it as we be the weapon to vanish it out. Exactly. As we continue praying for Castor, guys, we have much of the things that are always coming out very fantastic even right now. As we're going to be having much of the greens that we have already planted here. Like we have this kind of the Jessica. We have two types of the Jessica here. We have this Jessica, which is small leaves, and Jessica, which is a big leaves here. And we have this kind of the Managu. We call it the black nightshade. And the pigweed that is here, Kalalu. We have so many caladus here, and they're so good. And to the people always in terms of the green, let's eat this kind of the green things. And most of the people talk about, you know, right now we have money, you have to go eat meat. You don't know about it. The meat is both. You can eat meat to your meat, which is your body, and or meat. It is just a cucumberization of meat, exactly. So you can just understand. So the effect is, even right now, guys, I talked about these are the nursery beds that are now coming out with the greens of the G Castle. And this is the fact about, I told you that we're going to be having the G Castle garden that we're going to be contributing or consisting of this is the fish pond here, and it's going to be having some of the green zone here up to the far end, and everything will be just possible. Here we have this kind of the fruits. I don't know if how you can just call them into your language. Here we call it tunda nyanya, tomatoes, small tomatoes. Here they are. You can just check on them how they are, and we have some purpose here. So it's just a call to much of the people who are making sure that they need healthy lives at most. And always we are advocating to have the green food people should be just taking. Here it's my car here, everything is so fantastic. But guys, I've not yet received talk about the number plate, because the one that I was having it had already been returned where it was, because it was for me to come back with it on Monday, which is tomorrow. This kind of the number plate of this kind of the car gonna be coming to make sure that we are ongoing with our own businesses, and I've sorted everything out to make sure that the business is gonna be starting and democratizing very fantastic. So right now it doesn't have any number plate here, because the number plate I was given, it was just to drive me back home. If I can just insist of having it, it will be deducted and make sure that I'll be charged extra fees there. So, and to the position here, everything is adding up very slowly. The dogs here are so fantastic, as I'm just going to the top of the G Castle there to make sure that I'm just checking on the 2-3 things. Hey, how are you?
Fun.
You look fantastic. Look at here.
Yes.
Exactly. So I'm just taking the course to make sure that I'm going to the top of the G Castle here and check what is really happening, because this is another session to make sure that everything is coming out very fantastic. So the work is ongoing still to make sure that today was the still talk about the tiling, and they have just been put onto the water here to make sure that they are getting much of the water. This way they have just made sure that it's called you can call it the cement on itself. It had been democratized there. So hey,
yeah.
What's up, man?
I'm good.
Everything is okay?
Yeah.
So you are making things happen here?
Yeah.
Exactly. So the tiling, it's the other panel? Yeah. So guys, it's the tiling of the concrete gutter. You can just check to the far end. We have the gentleman making sure that the concrete gutter is being tiled here very properly for it not to have much of the leakages that are going to be coming out onto the position. So we have another gentleman here. I don't know what is really happening here, man. I see, it is it's the same, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's ongoing here to make sure that it's gonna be leveled.
Yeah.
We need a level.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So I saw you are plastering somewhere.
Yeah.
And guys, you know how the G Castle is coming out. It means that we're gonna be having the tiles to the both the far end and this kind of the side here, so as we can just have the tiles as if the iron sheet gonna be placed, let us not have the leakages that are gonna be dropping onto the house, because right now is a dry, talk about is a rainy season that are gonna be coming out to make sure that the rain gonna be coming and hey sinilikwambia the rain gonna be coming, so as we're gonna be gauging to know if it's gonna be raining or not. So that's why they're just using the tiles to make sure that everything is sealed completely. And if I think tomorrow also it's gonna be tiling also, to continue tiling, as they're gonna be now finishing it up to make sure that everything is sealed completely. And also I've seen all the things are necessary and put into position, as even the timbers, talk about the purlins and also the other ones, everything is so fantastic. They're just waiting for the iron sheet only, and they're going to be demobilizing this week, as they're going to be starting on Monday tomorrow. So onto the level here, guys, I told you about this is what we just put on a Friday before we went for a break, and it has now dried up, as you can just check all around. And I told you that we're going to be coming with some 3 courses on top, as you can just check the 3 courses are on top here, to make sure that it's now all leveled all round, as it's only remaining to have the upper block that has been already concreted, or talk about it has been already formulated, to make sure they're going to be coming to the top here and being tiled also, so as we cannot be having the leakages, or we can call it much of the leakage of water from the outer panel, because even here we are just stepping, it's just an outside deck. Or talk about an upper deck. So whenever we're going to be having some water very enclosed to this position, it means that this water, if we don't have the proper channeling of making sure that water is getting out through the proper channeling, it's going to be leaking to the walls and making sure that they're going to be wetting the walls and getting to the outside. So I'm going to be placing here the tiles outside here, and the skirting tiles are going to be reaching at the vast far distance from the ground, to make sure that if this water gonna be raining, it cannot affect the window or have some of the leakages, because a brick is called a water absorber. So if it's gonna be called a water absorber, it means that we're gonna be having some defect. It's gonna be absorbing much of water and releasing it at the internal wall. So we're gonna be having some ceiling board, talk about gypsum boards here. So it's gonna be having some tantalizing some equations that will be coming out not effective. So this is how we are just going on. Then we are just using waterproof grout, as you can just check it here. So as it's going to be sealing the tiles, I can just go there so I can just check what is really happening and make sure that everything is so punctual and going on well. So I have Mr. Sigano here. Everything is good, man.
Everything is fantastic.
Everything is working properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So I see you are you have demobilized onto the job, and the job is going on good. As I can just see, the screeding is going on, and making sure that they are looking for a level. As we don't want water standing, we want water which will be flowing direct to them, to where it has been enclosed to have, and that is what our aim is. And whenever we will be having water clogging, it will have a defect whereby our water will be will be leaching it and making sure that we're going to be draining onto the top, because I saw it as a defect when Ayamaro was just building his own villa, and he had this kind of a defect whereby the water is leaking from the top, and we decided to put a terrazzo so as it can just not affect it. But to the end of the time, we found that even the terrazzo is not working properly. So what was to be working there properly is tiling, because I've ever been working too much over the story buildings, very tall buildings in Nairobi, in everywhere. They're just putting tiles on top, and this is the only solution, and that's why we are using the tiles that the person can walk. It's not the wall tiles, but they're just called the stepping tiles. You can just use them in your walking areas, and they're so strong. So they're the ones that we are just using here to make sure that they are not, even if you have a problem with anything onto the top here, you can just walk on it, and it doesn't have any defect. That is the main point, that we are just using the normal tiles that we are here having. And the effect is when they're just placed here, there's onto the all position, all the corners and down, it means that water will will just lack where it will just stuck. So water will be just flowing, and they're just smooth ones that will be conducting water to move effectively with an immediate effect to the downer space where they're just been provided for them to be drained from. And that is the main point that we are looking for. And after they finish this kind of the tiling here, they want to be placing iron sheets where necessary at the middle here, but at the corners like here, they cannot place here some of the iron sheet because they have to leave some spaces here. So this place will be plastered and tiled. So this place will be tiled. So as whenever the rain will be raining, it cannot leach with the bricks that's going to be getting to the iron sheet and reaching to the house. So it's going to be tiled up to the house to make sure that all the water that will going to be splashed onto the tiles will just go back to the iron sheet and going to be going to the channel, which is the concrete gutter, and flowing to the far end. And also on top here it will be tiled also, because the brick that we are just placing on top here, it's a brick that is extended outside to make sure that you're going to be tiled. This water will be just flowing to the deck here, and even downwards it's going to be tiled. So it's forming something like a shape, which is like a rectangle. Talk about a rectangle shape that's going to be placed on top, at the side, and downwards to make sure that it's covering everything. Whenever water going to be coming, it cannot have any defect. So I'm just smelling with some of 30 boxes of tiles to make sure that they're going to be demobilizing here, and we finish this kind of the work. And also the cement are muchly in use, because you know the work of the tiling. This one now, English is now making sense. Everything you have to talk about English for it to make a sense, because it is tiling, it is screeding, everything is English, no Swahili word. Exactly, that is the meaning of now where we have reached. So it's not been so easy for us to this kind of the movement we have just reached, but we are trying our best to make it happen. And I'm checking much of the guys there. I think they're going to be having an end time there to make sure that they're going to be getting out, because it's now in the evening time where now the sun is setting and everything is so fantastic. Here we come from the G Castle here. So everything going to be coming to you live whenever we just have much of the time for you to be updated. We're going to be updating you even much better. And this is the move I talked about. We have to have, even if it's a single move, even if they do only screeding, even if it's a screeding, then they go. It's something we have added also. We have not stuck at the same position. That is my aim, to make sure that every day we have a move. Even if it's a small move, but we call it a move. That is the best moment than it looking the same every time. So this is how I'm just always be motivated to make sure that things are moving. For tomorrow, I think how many cements are already onto the... How many are remaining?
4.
Only 4?
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow I have to add some cements. And also waterproofs?
Waterproofs are over. They are depleted.
Oh, they are over. I see some of them here.
They're remaining like
How many? 2.5?
2.5.
And you are always using more than 5, or even 6 per day.
We use one cement for one.
One proof.
Yeah.
So today I've used how many cements?
We have used like 3 of them.
Cements.
Yeah, one of the tiles.
Total cements you have used
Total
today.
cement
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it means that it's gonna be a good tomorrow whenever we're gonna be making sure that everything is coming out more clearly, and we're always having to gauge, because everything is so possible as we go on with this kind of the day. And I did talk about it's just a move that we have to make, and it has not been easy. For much of the people are talking about, oh, Gintu, where gonna we reach, but we have to go forward. This is our aim, and we make it happen. Thank you very much for everyone who's being there to make sure that we are making it happen as we go forward for this kind of the moment. I have another gentleman here. You're gonna be having, or you're gonna have your own self a shout out, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So guys, you have seen I was just holding my phone.
Yeah.
I was just also taking a video.
Yeah.
So as I can post into my YouTube channel.
Exactly.
It goes by the name _Sigano.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can go visit my channel and also like, share, comment.
and make it happen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
underscore Sigano. It is SIGANO.
Exactly.
Yeah, and remember, it does not have an apostrophe.
Apostrophe.
Yeah,
It's
it's just IDS.
Exactly.
Underscore Sigano.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you can go check me.
Yeah.
And also thank you for whoever have just subscribed to my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And also into your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So we just appreciate much of you people.
Kudos.
Yeah, as we do much of the things here. So we want to wash the tools.
Yeah. The equipment.
As we say, wash after use.
Exactly. Yeah, the wheelbarrows has to be washed because this is the cement. Look at this, bro. This one here. Whenever it's gonna be stuck here, it's gonna be bringing some shenanigans to the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
So it has to be washed properly before storage, and that is agriculture. It was entailing that way. Even we were told that even a plow has to be washed. So I was sympathizing with how can you wash a plow if you don't have talk about how is that pressure water? Yeah, pressure water. So we have some big plows. But how are you, man?
I'm good.
Everything is good.
Everything is
What's
fine.
your name, man?
My name is Gichoro.
Gichoro.
Yeah, Gichoro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's
you are
my name.
demobilizing here
Yeah, I'm demobilizing
to make it happen.
to make it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everything is working properly.
Everything is working.
Yeah.
We have finished the work.
Yeah.
And now it's evening time.
Yeah.
So everybody is departing.
It's now 6, eh?
Yeah, it's now 6.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I wake up very early in the morning. As early as 4 a.m. in the morning.
As early in the bad time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was plying my shamba there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make it happen.
Yeah, to make it
I
happen.
told you that you are the one to make it happen. Not
For
anyone
sure.
will come to make it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
No one will ever wake up very early in the morning to make sure that you are moving. It's you to wake up in the morning and make it happen. Eh?
Yeah, man.
Exactly. So go check Gichoro and everything gonna be so fantastic. Eh? Exactly. Dan Trejo.
Really doing what? You're really messing with my name.
Your name? So you're called Dan.
Not on treasure. You know that guy is very ugly.
resembles him.
Hey, Dan Trejo. The movie guy.
The movie actor.
That guy is
Very ugly.
very ugly. Ugly and earning money.
No.
Be ugly but earning money. Ladies will never see your ugliness. They will see your pocket. They don't see your face, man. Who told you the cucumber is smooth? Who told the cucumber looks very fine?
Kasongo like.
No. Hey, Sigano. Who told him the cucumber looks handsome?
He doesn't know. So he's just thinking that the
may be-
lady will just be looking for the face. No. Ladies of today just consider the
You know,
They consider the pocket.
for
the
sure.
pocket.
That's
and
the
also,
fact. Eh?
Remember also the cucumbers.
Huh?
There are some of them who consider it much than money.
Exactly. And not even money, than even a face. Yeah.
Exactly.
If somebody can suck it.
Yeah.
What about kissing you?
Yeah, you know what I can say maybe. It depends with the person. Everybody has his taste. Yeah, there's some people who are after money.
Yeah.
There's some people who are after true love. You know. But
Who told
nowadays
you there's a true love right
but
now?
nowadays true love is somehow shaky.
So maybe you can ask him a question.
Yeah.
So those who consider the size of cucumber,
Yeah.
what are they after?
Thereafter maybe love.
Satisfactory.
Yeah, satisfactory. Satisfaction.
They have to go to the resetting factory
Yeah.
and reset the moment and make it happen. Wow, exactly. Wow. So everything, guys, is working good, and we are moving in a fantastic moment. And I appreciate for everyone who has been tuned and locked in as we make it happen. As we have just finished up much of the works here. Now,
pack everything.
yeah, we are now packing everything. So this is the move and the look of the house right now, because we are moving so fantastic and so califragistically good. So I'm just going to the down sea level here to make sure that I'm checking on what is really reflaming down here, as we're going to be checking on the charcoal, because I left the charcoal here to burn and it's really appearing so fun. So it has already been burnt to make sure that this space is still big. Yeah, but this is where even the fire is. So it has just gone down, so I think it has just cooled, and it's gonna be getting to a finishing point as we're gonna be taking it over for tomorrow to make sure that everything is so good. So this is the move we are, and we are making it happen. So everyone who's being locked and tuned, we really talk about thank you very much for your time and coming out and supporting It's Underscore Gintu, the real G, and making it happen by today. So as you can just take, I always park the vehicle here, and today it has not gone to the work because it cannot go without a number plate. And some of the people think about, oh, I have to go for the party A, B, C, D. No party here. There's nothing like that one. For this kind of the car, it's just meant for the business. And whoever is thinking about, oh, Gintu, we're gonna be going for the party, everything is coming out more softly. So this is the moment that we have to go forward and make it happen as we democratize and we make it happen for today. So keep it tuned, keep it locked as we make it happen for today, and again and again and again. This is the moment we have to go forward. So keep it tuned, keep it locked as we get to an end of this kind of the opportunity, guys. I'm going back to frame back the opportunity we talk about for the caster. We really talk about caster has to be treated and make sure that things are coming out more sensible, and everybody should be more sensible before we tangle and make the other proposals which are people are getting where are not necessary, because when we are talking bad about one of the people and yet they are just in the problem, they're just crying, talking about if I will be just this way, now I'm going to know who is the true friendship and where is the friendship is going up to. We'll talk about she has to be prepared, and people should not guess and put this kind of the matter in their own shenanigans of the day. But to the real portfolio of the time, we need to talk about, thank you very much for everyone who is contributing and making it happen, because we have the Lenten campaign that even the Catholic right now, they have a Lenten campaign that they're just doing for the people who are in need, and it's going to be working for this kind of the 4 weeks, and next month you're going to be going back to the return of whatever you have just collected for other people to be helped as a fundraiser. And this is the moment that we talk about even the churches are advertising for the Lenten campaign. What about right now the YouTubers have just decided for a Lenten campaign for a caster, so as you can just move forward. But some of the shenanigans that are coming out are just stupidical, and we have to change from that one, because everybody is looking for his own or her own stomach, so as it can just be satisfied, and there's no much of hesitation to other people. Right now they're talking about it's me and me alone, and for the others they have to struggle the way I struggled. Some of the people, they're placed outside there with the gods to make sure that they're going to be suffering for others to survive, or maybe the time for others to survive from you are the best, and when you're going to be coming, maybe that person will ever help. It was written that he is the one or she's the one who will come to rescue you and make you happen as they are prospering. So sometimes never get other people and just never contradict other people's affinity and talk about all this kind of the people. Even I swear to the living God, they'll never progress. You are the one who is diminishing your time, and you're diminishing your energy, putting yourself where God has planned also everything has happened. So for the fact I'm always talking about is we have to come together for this kind of the action, so as we can just complicate and never complicate, and let's put this kind of the forum and we make it happen. Because if we contribute and we don't have this kind of the shenanigans, much of the people are talking about send it to me, I'll just deliver it where necessary. Yet the mother to Castor, she has never spoken with anyone. Maybe she has never done this and this. They're just waiting money to reflect into her account. Maybe right now Castor, she's suffering in where she is, and she's talking about even this kind of the minute, guys. We have to pray, because you can never know what she's passing through and what is she feeling at this moment. You are just get it. If right now wherever you are eating, maybe wherever you are gonna be going to sleep, maybe wherever you are, you're talking about how am I going to make this kind of the things to move forward. You can never know what is coming out, but there are people who are dying right now. Even this minute you are hearing me, there's a person dying, there's another person being born. There are people who are operated. There are people who are dying in operation. There are people who are surviving right now the way you are speaking. There's a person who is surviving the operation. There are a person who is dying in this kind of the operation. But we have to talk about this, the magical of God. People have to live, others to go. And the fact is that there are people who are suffering. Even right now they're talking about if I can be given a moment for me to go back and even run and shine, I can talk about I'll ever praise the living God until. But to the moment right now, some of the people think about the small thing that people are talking about a GoFundMe, people gonna be helping this kind of the lady. They're now bringing some shenanigans. If the Jamaican uncle has promised that I have given this out, this moment that we have to move forward and make it happen, but some of the people want to reframe it and talk about this kind of the people are doing bad. If they're doing it with high intensity, high value moment, we are talking about let you continue and let everyone just not despite you and make things happen the way they're going to be coming. And to that one, appreciation even to Ayamarwa has just broadcasted and put this kind of the fund out to make sure that people are going to be contributing and helping Castor to come out from the hospital as she's going to be operated. Very fantastic. To that one, into that kind of the Lenten campaign, I'm just in and we're going to be making it happen as we're going to be contributing how to make it happen. And this is the moment that we call about let's go forward and make it happen as we are we and we will meant to be we as we end up this kind of the video. Kudos and respect to everyone who has been watching and making it happen. The real G coming out from the real G Castle, and from the G she is about here, and the real G coming out.